Ooh. Don't worry, kids. It's just alcohol. Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. Look, if you're new here, this is the next JW video, so hit that like button so this video can be seen by as many people as possible. Hopefully the Jehovah Witnesses. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about what is an apostate. What exactly is an apostate? That's what we'll be talking about today. I mean, yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see y'all. And I'm going to be using comedy, logic, dimples. You know, the dimples is what hook them in. Well, I'm just going to be breaking all this down. Hopefully, if you're a Jehovah Witness and you're watching this video, you'll bless me with just a little bit of attention and don't turn it off. Wait, no, don't. I'll play dead again. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Okay, first, the Jehovah Witnesses will not allow anybody to talk to an apostate. Now, the funny thing about anybody who's an apostate, especially from their position or whatever their definition of an apostate is, there is nobody who I've ever met who was an actual apostate. What is the Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate? Well, what is just the definition of an apostate? According to the dictionary, an apostate is anybody who leaves their political affiliation or anybody who leaves their religious affiliation. That's an apostate. But that's not the Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate. The Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate is anybody who leaves the organization, who has a diseased mind, who lies, and whose only goal in life is to have the Jehovah Witnesses and faithful members of the organization destroyed because they're angry because they've lost Jehovah's love. That's what an apostate is. I am not that. Funny thing, I've never met anybody who was. And I talked to a bunch of people who are quote unquote apostates because that isn't the real definition of what an apostate is. The real definition is hidden from people. Now, what is the real actual Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate? Anybody who leaves the organization and then talks negatively about that organization. Basically, anybody who leaves a Yelp review of the Jehovah Witnesses is an apostate. Now, the reason that has to be hidden and the other thing has to be pushed forward is because of the simple fact it doesn't look good or sound good to just tell somebody you can't talk to them because they say bad things about me. I wish that was true. I wish I could tell people not to talk to anybody who don't like me. But people will say, well, I'm sorry they don't like you, but that's not how this works. If you want people to like you, then you address criticisms. You don't hide them and push them away. You say, you know what? That's a valid criticism. I'm going to fix that. Now, why would they have a hidden rule anyway? Oh, it may not shock you, but they have a lot of hidden rules. This may shock you. Depends on whether you're ex-JW or JW. If you're a JW, this is probably going to shock you. But they have a lot of hidden rules. You'll hear one rule, but the other rule, the reason behind that rule, is hidden from you. And it's very, very crazy what it is. But before I get to that, let's talk about how we get to the truth of any matter. There's a way to get to the truth. And we have steps and procedures that we take pretty routinely in order to get to the truth of the matter. Any matter. For example, let's say in the courtroom of law, you have the prosecution, you have the defense, you have the jury, and you have the judge. Now, the judge rules everything, and the judge kind of guides the trial and moves it along. The prosecution presents the evidence proving their point, and the defense defends against any evidence put toward them or put against them. And the jury listens to all the evidence on both sides, and then they make the decision as to whether or not a person is guilty or innocent. Now, in this regard, concerning the Jehovah Witnesses, the ex-JWs or apostates would be the prosecution, and the defense, in this case, would be the Jehovah Witness organization and their leadership for the most part. And the jury is you. You're the jury. You're also the judge. You're the jury and the judge. You can be the executioner if you want. Depends on how violent you are. Anyway, back to the story. The prosecution, us, we're saying that the Jehovah Witness organization covers up and hide child predators. The organization rules and regulations are made to make the organization money, rob people of their youth and energy so they can have more money and power and property and advancements in life. And they do all of this while robbing their members of their happiness, their families, their futures, and any possibility of them leaving something for the generation to come after them. Now, those are some pretty big things to say. Those type of accusations have to come with proof. You can't just say stuff like that and expect people to believe you. So you have to give people evidence. And what the Jehovah Witnesses are telling their members to do, the defense, don't listen to any of their evidence. Don't listen to what they're saying. Don't don't listen to anything. In this trial right here, what we're saying is simply don't listen to the other side. Excuse me, jury. What do you think? How do you feel about this? Would you be okay to be in a trial where the defense is telling you, all right, our defense is to not listen to them? Can we have all the members of the jury put their fingers inside of their ears and make this noise la 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 for the entire duration of the trial? I think at that point, you think that that defensive team is crazy as hell. And you'd be right. But yet, that is the defense that the Jehovah's Witnesses are offering up. They're not saying, okay, well, let's look at this evidence. Let's see what you get. Because, for example, let's say, hey, Jay, we, the prosecution, have video evidence, a photo, and audio of you sniffing koala bear butts and enjoying it. Now, me, if I was guilty, I'd say, all right, we're going to have to figure out a way to bury that evidence. We cannot let the world see that. But if I'm innocent, I'm going to say, oh, I need to see this video. I need to see this photograph. I need to hear this audio because I know I didn't do it. And I'm willing to fight any evidence that you have contrary to that statement. That's how innocent people act. They don't care what evidence you have. Bring it on. Let's hear it. Let's see it. Because I know I'm innocent and I know I can prove otherwise. And I know you can't prove otherwise. So in this trial, and let's just put it back on you. If I said I had video, audio, and photographic evidence of you letting tigers lick spoiled milk out of your belly button, would you say, let's not see that. Let's not show that. Or would you say, all right, I know that's not true. Bring it on. Because I'm actually interested as what you would think is good enough evidence as far as a video and a photograph and the audio to present in a court of law. I actually got to see this. I'm actually kind of excited to see it. Because that's how you act when you know you're innocent. That's how you behave when you know the other side don't really have anything because you know what you've done. Unless you're one of those sleepwalking dudes. And even if you are, I don't think a tiger is going to cooperate like that. You know what I mean? But the point is, if you're losing any type of logic, whatever side is trying to bury the evidence of the other side, you have to question their motives. And even if you are not questioning their motives, even if you believe that the reason they're burying is because the other side is evil and you don't want to listen to them, are you kidding me? Would that work in the courtroom alone? Your Honor, you can't listen to the evidence from the victim's brother. The victim's brother is just angry because my client, he said, killed him. The judge could be like, are you really? You're angry at your brother for being destroyed? No, the judge is not going to care whether or not he liked the guy. The only thing that's important is evidence. And you're acting as if XJWs don't have a good reason for not liking them. If you're in that organization and you know how much you got to put into that organization, your youth, your energy, your future, your possible education, the person you like that you couldn't be around because they weren't faithful witnesses. You know how much sacrifice goes into being a Jehovah's Witness. You know this. Imagine later on you found out it was all not true. And not only was it not true, the reasons behind it, the true reasons behind it, you'll be a little bit more than upset. And of course, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the organization knows you're going to be upset. If you find out what they've been up to after you've sacrificed and put in all that you've done, yeah, you're going to be nothing else but upset. So we're going to use that and we're going to get out ahead of it. We're going to tell other people, hey, if you see some people that's upset walking around here, yeah, they upset because they lost Jehovah's love. Not nothing we did. It's Jehovah's love. Yeah, that's what that is. It's not us, it's them. You know? Just in case. They're going to try to tell you some crazy stuff like, we wasted years of their life. And, we let their kid die on the operating room table, refusing blood transfusions. Ignore that. Apostate lies. Satan's flaming arrows. I think you know better than that. There are rules that are out there. And you're being told that those rules are for your protection. These rules help you live your life safely. Can get you into the new system. Paradise. You can have a pet tiger. Oh man, I thought I was gonna have a pet tiger. I was gonna name him Sulu. Sulu the tiger. He was gonna still have his claws and bite people. I was gonna train him to do it. I thought Jehovah would be like, yeah, you're perfect. They'll heal up. His leg will grow back. He's in paradise. Yeah. Anyway, those rules that are quote unquote protecting you from apostates are not really protecting you from apostates. It's protecting you from the truth. And it should be a red flag that goes up anytime an organization professes to be the truth. Because when you want the truth and when you're searching for the truth, there are very easily determined things that you need to do. Easily determined. For example, you need to hear all sides. You can't get all of your information from one source. Name a courtroom in the world that gets all the information from either the prosecution or the defense. Your Honor, he killed that person. He did what? Bailiff, arrest him and execute him. Nah, that jerk. Does that make any sense to you? Would that actually happen? Or, oh, Your Honor, we the defense haven't done anything. Yes, he was covered in blood, but it was his own blood. We don't need to test it. The prosecution is lying. And the judge is like, I believe you. Court adjourned. It sounds crazy, right? Because you need to hear both sides. You need to hear the evidence. You need to look at the evidence and measure whether or not it's true or it's not. The organization has taken a lot from us, and it's very easy to research why they done it and exactly what they've done. A lot of things that's considered apostate material was published by Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. Oh, we got new light. You guys can go to college now. Yeah, people that go to Bethel, they take a vow of poverty and they have to live 100% off of us. That's financial manipulation and control. You want to control somebody? One, you make them not think much of themselves. Oh, you gotta think about Jehovah. You're nothing. Jehovah's everything. Two, you can't have them making a ton of money. People that make a ton of money usually don't just let any and everybody just say whatever they want to them. And three, if you can get them from childhood, if you can get inside their mind from a very, very young age, very little you can't get them to believe. But don't take my word for it. Research. Use that big old Google engine that's there. Look at the Jehovah Witnesses stuff. They have a website, jw.org. Look at everything on there. And then look at what people are saying. Research it. I know you got a question. Whatever question you have, ask that question. And only accept an answer that makes sense. The answer don't make sense, you don't accept it. Anyway, I hope y'all having a great day. It's your boy, Jay the Comedian. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Holla at your guala. Deuces. Ooh. Ooh. Don't worry, kids. It's just alcohol.